Hey, folks, and welcome to the Social Marketing Academy. I'm your host, Christopher Tompkins. Today, we're going to be talking about something that has been coming up again and again, especially during the last few months. Everyone's been really focusing on tightening up their marketing strategies and their advertising budgets and all of those fun things. And we've been getting a lot of questions about how to manage a full conversion system. So a funnel, so to speak. And what I want to go through here in this episode is just some of my thoughts about funnels and also some of my thoughts about how to execute a marketing strategy when you are just starting out, what you need to really be looking at. And I'm not just saying starting out as your own business. I mean, you could be if you are, but I'm thinking of starting out a new campaign for your existing business where you've already done marketing in the past. How do you come up with something new and then make sure that it flushes out really adequately across all of your different marketing channels, also bleeds over into sales, and will create goals and results that are meaningful to your organization? So I want to talk about that a little bit today. If you want to learn more about myself or my company, The Go Agency, please visit us online, thegoagencyusa.com. We have tons of information on there. A blog page is where I would really direct you to go. I mean, obviously you can learn more about the services and everything, but the blog page has lots of really great information that will be easy for you to utilize and also hopefully interesting. So if you want, there's going to be some free ebooks there. You can sign up for a newsletter. Go wild. Also, if you are listening to this, wherever you're listening to this, please feel free to subscribe. We do regular shows consistently throughout the month. So there's always something new that we're tackling. How I come up with show ideas are, well, one, anybody out there listening right now can suggest one, and I'm happy to use this as a free consultation for you, a consulting meeting. But also, we see things at the Go Agency every single day, whether we are online or strategizing with our team, and some of these things come up, and it's really useful for us to just share, because whatever we're learning and whatever we're seeing, maybe somebody needs to hear this as well. So that's what we try to do in the Social Marketing Academy. So one of the things that the reason I wanted to do this topic today is we had some meetings the last few weeks, and there's a lot of the current climate out there is a little aggressive and stressful because of all the changes that we're having during the pandemic that's currently going on. But everyone's kind of looking at their marketing strategies again and seeing like how they can squeeze a nickel to the buffalo poops, etc. Right? Which is great. I'm marketers. I'm a lifelong marketer, and I'm always given $5 to make $1 million worth of sales. So I understand how that goes. So that's kind of the place that we're in. Well, one of the things that I'm seeing is the need for strategy has really been weakened over the last few years, and a lot of people that we've been exposed to and talking to, and also just speaking to my peers and other agencies. And people are really stopping working on the strategy to the extent where everyone can understand where everything moves through the channels. So what I mean by that is, if we're going to be doing a campaign, what I always look at is some of the main factors of the campaign. Number one, what are we promoting? That's the number one thing. No matter what company it is, if you have multiple products and multiple services, first thing I really want to figure out is what you are promoting. Okay? So say it is a product or a service, doesn't really matter. The next thing, this is where I start doing my Columbo routine or Matlock routine with everybody to find out all the things that I need to start building metrics. Now, these are questions that I think are really useful for you to ask yourself even, because you should be able to understand what your conversions will cost, what your cost of sales is, what your cost of marketing, and maybe what your cost per lead. All of these things are really useful for a marketing agency, a marketing company, or if you're just the head of marketing for whatever company that you're in. This is really important stuff. So first thing is, how much does the product or service cost the consumer? Then, how much do we net off of that? So maybe there's delivery, there's packaging, there's tax, there's whatever. Maybe you're doing a service and you have to run it through. You're running it through Square, and Square has this percentage that's going to take off your sale, and so you want to find out what your real number is. Okay, why do you want to find that? Because how are you going to budget? Because if we're looking to sell 100 of those products, that means that here's the total, here's the gross, here's the net. So then, okay, well, what sort of profit do we need to be making? Are we looking to make 100% profit on these, or are we looking to just sell a lot so we can get the word out? Then that's where we start talking about goals and key performance indicators. Are we looking for pure sales? If we are, is it a unit cost that we're looking to win, or are we looking at a unit number, how many we're going to sell? Is it a package that we're trying to get together? Or is this a revenue generating situation? Are we trying to sell 100 products so that we can increase the visibility of our product within the marketplace? What is the truth in terms of what we're trying to achieve? Obviously, anybody that's listening to this is going to say sales is sales and sales is wonderful because sales is money and that's the goal. Well, it's not always the pure goal. So if it is not the pure goal, we want to make sure that we feed both of those channels, because if you're trying to find out the metrics, some of the metrics are not going to be just right, because if we're looking for increasing visibility and maybe the visibility is not there, but we've sold, for example, I want to sell 100 products, okay? And my goal is to obviously increase the sales and also build visibility within the marketplace. What if one person bought 100 products? That's not going to build the visibility, but I got my sales goal. Hence, why it's important to really understand what this is. Now look at this. We haven't even talked about how we're going to generate these. This is the piece where I feel a lot of people kind of forget and then just want to, okay, I just want to sell more stuff. Okay, so let's just promote stuff. Let's get some online ads. Let's throw something up on Facebook. We're gonna do some swipe up stories on Instagram. We're gonna do we're gonna buy some email lists. And it's like, but what's the real goal? Because meaningful goals will allow you to align a meaningful campaign with meaningful data. Now, I can say meaningful again if you want. But here's the thing: if how many times do you get a report? And this is a great one. Okay, say in your mind you are working with your marketing department, and you're saying to your marketing department, "Hey, my goal is we need to increase sales by 20%." Wonderful, right? And then you say, "Okay, I want to do that through social media." Perfect. Then you get your reports from marketing, and it's how many impressions, how much reach, and how many comments and likes that your posts received, how many posts were put out, and how many people are within your network. But there's no sales tied to that. That seems that there's a beat missing between your view and what marketing's view is. And this is where it's really important to be aligned. Now, obviously, marketing is to entice people to go into the sales funnel, the sales system, whatever the hell you want to call it. But here's the thing, it has to be aligned so everyone knows what the goals are and everyone is working on the same operating basis, so that it's a seamless thing. Marketing is not going to be on an island over here putting out these beautiful pieces and just sending them up, and then sales just kind of like jumps up and attacks them like a raptor. It's a little different than that. You're having one conversation that's a seamless conversation with your consumer, trying to get them, engage them, and try to get them to convert to whatever goal or conversion you want them to be into. So that's something that's really important. So when you're looking at your goals, make sure that your goals are very, very specific. And if they do have multiple sides to them, make sure that you have adequate measurements that you can put alongside those. So it does make sense, right? If I'm just going for email addresses and I just want more email addresses, that's it. More email addresses is the win. So I'm not saying I want more visibility. I'm not saying I want this. I'm not saying I want sales. I'm saying I want more emails. So if you are the business owner or the person that's kind of giving marketing some ideas as to what goals should be, you really want to be exact, okay? Saying visibility, saying credibility, saying engagement. and you really want sales, you might want to say everything. Because if you're talking to a marketer and you're saying, I just want a lot of visibility, they're going to look into doing market penetration. So they're trying to get your brand out there everywhere, shape and form, but not selling. They're going to be just trying to get your image out there as much as possible. And I mean, selling a bit, but not smacking people over the head. You're just, everywhere you turn, you want to see them. And you can make that as aggressive or as least aggressive as you want. Now, if you tell them that you want to do sales, they're then going to figure out how they can track those sales and affect sales. So if you're thinking that, oh, I'm just going to be visible everywhere and my sales are going to pour in, they could. But how are you going to track it? You should really have goals for both sides of that story. And if you do not communicate that with your marketing team, there is going to be a disconnect immediately because they can't read your mind. And also, don't also feel that because they are marketing, they always know that sales is the main goal. Marketing works off of the information that are provided to them. So it's like, hey, no, we have sales. Sales are really nice and solid, really focusing on branding. Well, guess what? There's a different branding campaign and a visibility campaign than a sales campaign. So we're going to go down a different road. So it's very good for you to be clear, crystal clear with your marketing team and your sales team as well as to what you're trying to get. Then, how are you going to do it? Where is the conversion going to be made? Is it going to be on your website? Is it going to be on a form in Facebook? Is it on a third-party site that you have a deal with? I mean, where are you going to make the conversion? Then, how are you going to track the conversion? Now, what you have is you have really great goals. You know how much money that you'll be able to make based off of sales. You can start thinking about what your goals are going to be, and then you're finding out how you're going to track it. Now, it's how to dump as many people into that system as possible. And folks, we're at a funnel. This is how funnels work. So the more people that you put in the funnel, the more opportunities you'll have for sale. And some people do quality over quantity, so they want less people in because maybe it's a higher net value sale. Everybody has a different way of doing it. But that's what we're talking about now, how to get that whole system together. Then it's pretty much what points of origination are you going to get? Where are you going to grab these people? Is it going to be on social? Is it going to be on ads through Google? Is it pay-per-click for Google search? Are you going to get some emails? Are you going to use your email list? Are you going to use a purchase list? Are you going to go in and piggyback someone else's list to do like a partner type email blast? There's lots of different ways that you can do that. And then you just map it all out. So you have your emails, it goes through to here, it goes over to the conversion, that goes out the back end, and then there you go. Then you can start tracking things and get rocking and rolling. But that is where I feel a lot of people start the discussion. So what I just glossed over is what everyone only focuses on. And I feel that, and I'm making a generalization because I can, but one of the things is you really need to understand what your goals are. And I hate to say that again and again and again, but it's something that I feel falls on deaf ears a lot. If you are looking to engage with a marketer in any way, shape, or form, you should already know or know that you need help on figuring out what exactly you need to be selling, how much money you need to be making, how you can measure your ROI, what's most important. And then the corresponding campaign will make more sense for you because, at the end of the day, marketing's looking at the engagement and they're looking at all the growth and they're looking at the web. It's like, wow, globally, this is doing great. But then if you're not looking at all of those results because you don't care about them, all you care about is how many people are purchasing it, you're not going to care about what marketing's doing. You're going to be like, why don't you guys, this is all great. And I mean, I have heard this before. I mean, the posts are great. Our audience has grown by 70% in the last 2 months. That's amazing. The ads are landing. Everything's great, but I'm just not making any money. But I wasn't told that product sales was the main focus. So everything that we're doing that looks great is what the goal was. So all of the metrics that we were using to measure that were based around branding, visibility, and growth. So this is just a way for you to really get your message aligned in terms of goals. Again, I don't think that you need to have 45 goals for every different campaign that you put together or funnel. I think you need to be very specific. I think 1 to 3 is a good number. There's great tools out there that will help you model funnels very, very easily. You can even do it on your own Google Analytics if you wanted to. And Shopify offers some really great things as well, depending on what your business model is. But again, folks, I just really want to urge you that you need to know exactly what you want, how much money that is going to make you, so that when you are able to put everything together, you can start running some numbers that would maybe make sense and also show you exactly what, just give you a little bit more forecasting ability. Because if I'm saying, because one of the questions that I would get once in a while, like if I was doing like a webinar or something, someone would say, if we're talking about online advertising, they'd be like, hey, okay, I got $1,000. I don't know why that person's talking like that, but they are now. Hey, I got $1,000. What are you going to do with this? I don't know. What do you want me to do with it? If I got $1,000 and I'm going to one of the most saturated markets on Facebook, I'm not going to get you a whole hell of a lot of anything. But if I'm going to something that's very super niche and very, very specialized, and it clicks through to something that's very specialized, I can get a lot more. So there's more to it, folks, than just like, hey, okay, I'm just going to do $1,000 on Facebook ads and it's just going to go gangbusters, because all of my direct competitors are doing that and that's what they're doing. There's more to the story. So when you're coming up with your marketing strategy, I really think you should spend a lot of your time front loading where your expenses are and your profits are, what numbers are meaningful for you to generate, and what channels you're going to utilize and how you're going to track that. And be laser focused on those so everybody is on the same page as to what the goals are so they can monitor and maximize them. Then you'll be getting reports that are meaningful, that are based off of the targets that you're going for, not how everything is. It's kind of like looking through a full physical when all you're worried about is the pain in your elbow. You know what I mean? Let's just focus on that elbow first and address that so you feel comfortable, and then here's the rest of your bill of health. So this is where I'm trying to kind of change things up a little bit. And this is just a refocusing revolution. You know what I mean? This is just refocusing on what is most important. So folks, thanks so much for joining me today. I'm going to get off my soapbox now, but I really hope you take the advice that I've provided here to heart. It's really as important for you to focus on your goals and money, and so you can really understand what ROI looks like to you. But again, I have lots of resources on my website. My team has put together some really great blogs, and I have as well. It's thegoagencyusa.com/blog, and just click on that. We have some ebooks that we're offering right now, and then we have tons of episodes of the Social Marketing Academy if you want to check them out. But until next time, folks, I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope I kind of gave you something to think about, a little bit different. But this is Christopher Tompkins for the Social Marketing Academy. I'll catch you guys next time.